Yo, shout out to Sir Bravian for such a magnificent song. So, kick it off, bruv. The whole slate is coming. Let's get it.
Divers 2 hit like a thunder roll. Shook the PlayStation faithful right down to their soul. They thought exclusives were a fortress wall. But now those walls, they start to fall. Final Fantasy Remake, Death Stranding 2, showing up on Xbox, what you gonna do? Fanboys crying, petitions
Come on in, guys.
hand.
Come on in.
Real gamers just understand.
This is the whole slate.
Whole slate's coming. Hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming. Crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming. No escaping fate.
The whole slate is coming.
Slate's coming. Through the Game Pass gate. Fanboys crying, shouting in vain. You lost your grip and losing your games. Could've spoke with your wallet, but you stood still. Now Xbox to experience the whole damn thrill. Whole slate's coming. Joel and Ellie too. Whole slate's coming. Intergalactic coming through. Whole slate's coming. Watch Killzone ignite. Whole slate's coming. I feel like resistance tonight.
Where is factions? Where is factions? Where
Yep.
is factions?
She gone, man.
Last of Us taking a brand new ride.
Come on.
Shadow of the Colossus
Hit that like
standing
button,
by
man.
Xbox's side. Uncharted treasures ready to show. Sackboy packing up and he's ready to go. Bloodborne shadows creeping slow. Ratchet and Clank putting on a show. Could've stopped this if you bought the game, but you just whined and now it's all the same. Whole slate's coming. Hear the thunder roll.
Yeah, buddy. The whole slate is coming. And there's nothing you ponies could do about it. How are you guys going this evening? How are you guys feeling this evening? This is the third live stream I'm having for the week, but I couldn't miss this one. The reason why I couldn't miss this one, guys, is that it's put simply, we are going to cook Mike YBARRA. You see, Mike YBARRA is a jealous ex, a sour ex, and we are going to expose him here today. But before we get into all of that, how are you guys going? How are you guys doing this fine Sunday evening? Let me just say shout out to Anonymous Boss. Anonymous Boss, what up, my brother? Space Shot. He's laughing at Mike YBARRA. Then we have Island Girl Gaming. That's my girl there. Then we have Force One. What up? Bring it on. And we can't forget Aizen. Not just Aizen, but Sosuke Aizen. What up, my dude? So today we have a number of stories that we have to cover, and we will all end off with we cooking Mike YBARRA. You see, Mike does not have, how to say, the freeness of speech to make some of the comments that he is making, this year, and we are going to expose him for the fraud, hypocrite, and the bias that he has. But before we do that, let's look at our first topic for tonight. I remember the PlayStation community saying that everything Sony touch turns to gold. Everything that Sony has involvements in turns to gold. Like they didn't see Foam Stars and Concord. No, they didn't. And now we are seeing that under Sony's stewardship, under Sony's tutelage, we are seeing another game appears to be going down the pooper. Now, what game am I talking about? Look at this here, guys. Look at this. This game is finally dying. Destiny's 2 stream players count drops over 80% since Edge of Fate launch, as players say the game is punishing and ridiculously hard. So under Sony, we are seeing that Destiny is not doing good, and that is clear. The player base has dropped over 80%, and now with the latest update, players are saying, here what? This ain't it, fam. Hear what it says. Destiny 2 stream players counts drops over 80% after Edge of Fate as bugs, system changes, and blocked access in major regions push players away. Destiny 2 has had its fair share of ups and downs over the years, but things have taken a serious turn since the launch of its latest expansion, Edge of Fate. On paper, it brought sweeping changes to how players interact with the game, a new portal system aimed to ease entry for new players, and overhaul the armor stats, and an extremely new gear tier system. So although Bungie would have made all of these changes, although they would have tried their best to improve Destiny 2, we are seeing that it still has bugs, and it is frustrating how difficult it is. Now, if you make a game too hard for players to play, of course, players won't play it. New players is who is going to suffer the most. So under Sony's management, I recall at one point in time, some of these guys were saying that Microsoft can manage the studios that they have. But clearly, what did the play testing say about this game? When it is every game that you have play testers. Did the play testing, no one said that here, this game is too difficult. There's a lot of bugs. What was the tester saying? So under Sony, Destiny has gotten worse according to what the players have stated. Now, what would Sony do? Pivot? No. What would Bungie do? Try something different? No. They are continuing doing what they are doing, and that is why this game is suffering. So again, we have another game under Sony umbrella that is suffering. Look at these player counts now. Look at these player counts. I mean, it's sad. Now we are at 17,000. Yeah? So, I mean, we are seeing the evidence that Sony cannot manage the studio or the studios that they have. What are your thoughts about Destiny showing strong signs that it is dying? Destiny is dying. Next up, we have another video. Now, this week I would have had a video that showed another disparity between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 Pro. As I keep saying, guys, there is no situation where the Xbox Series X should beat the PlayStation 5 Pro, because on paper the PlayStation 5 Pro is more powerful than the Xbox Series consoles. But could someone tell me why we are seeing this when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro? What is this?
Sustain that figure. It's also worth.
Let me raise this and make sure the volume is up. Let me lower the background music and let's listen to what we're saying here. And tell me what you guys think about this. Look at this.
Sustain that figure. It's also worth noting that Series X enjoys a marginal lead on average compared to PS5.
So performance mode 120 Hz VRR. Performance mode 120 Hz VRR. This is Dying Light, I believe, the Beast.
And Pro with jumps to around 70 FPS while outdoors here. Put in terms of raw stats, across the entire run, Series X ends up averaging at 66.4 frames per second, base PS5 at 64.8 FPS, and Pro at the lowest average of 64.2 FPS. Sustain that figure. It's also worth noting that Series X
according to the
marginal lead on average compared to,
according to the wizards there at Digital Foundry, we are seeing that here what the Xbox Series X is outperforming the PlayStation 5 Pro again. Now, we are not talking about, we all disagree that the Xbox Series console should not be, well, the highest tier should not be the price it is currently. Well, no, the price is going up on the third. Well, the price that is going to, we can all agree with that. But for the Xbox Series consoles, the X especially, where it is at, it should not be outperforming. Look at these numbers. How could you justify this as a PlayStation 5 Pro owner? 72 frames compared to 65 frames. Even the PlayStation is outperforming the PlayStation 5 Pro. Come on, man. Come on. Let me say shout out to Chris G, man. Chris G. How you doing, man? How you and the family doing? Shout out to you, man.
And Pro with jumps to around 70 FPS while outdoors here. Put in terms of raw stats, across the entire run, Series X ends up averaging at 66.4 frames per second.
Wow, 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 wow. So this week again, this is another game to be added to the list where the Xbox Series console outperforms the PlayStation 5 Pro. At this point, the PlayStation 5 Pro, according to everyone, so Sky Eisen is even saying it, is a scam. Guys, as you guys comment, hit the like button. If you say something in the chat, I will shout you out, right? So it's very clear this is a scam and we need to expose it. We need to show more videos like this for persons to see that, guess what? 5-year-old consoles are outperforming the PlayStation 5 Pro. Let me say shout out to my main dude there. That is Professor Strong. Professor Strong, what up? We are going to cook Mike YBARRA. Guys, have you ever eaten a steak that falls off the bone? When we are finished with Mike YBARRA today, he's going to fall off the bone. We are going to cook him because he's a liar, right? But we'll get to Mike YBARRA shortly. Let me say shout out to Ultra Dark Slayer. Ultra Dark Slayer, how you doing, man? Shout out to you and the family. So yes, the PlayStation 5 Pro is not looking too good. Where is the significant upgrade? Where is the significant performance boost when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro? We need to see it. So we just spoke about Destiny 2. Right now is dying a slow death under Sony. We just spoke about how the PlayStation 5 Pro is showing, it's the kinks in the armor. Now let's talk about how there are devs. Now we are not going too deep into this, but this is just a a point out and a shout out that there are devs currently praising the Xbox Series S. Now, persons would have said all sorts of things about the Xbox Series S, but look at this. Final Fantasy Remake director talks developing for the Xbox Series S, praises the solid hardware. And this is an article from Pure Xbox. So although there are devs who are criticizing the Xbox Series S, if it is you are hyping up the Switch 2, if it is you are currently developing for the Switch 2, then the Xbox Series S shouldn't be a problem. The Xbox Series S shouldn't be a problem and an issue if it is you are developing for the Switch 2 right now, devs. It's more powerful than the Switch 2, right? Now, I'm not knocking the Switch 2 in no way, shape, or form. It's doing what it's doing, but you can't complain about the S if it is you're making games for the Switch 2. Make it make sense. Yeah? So, we are seeing praises for the Xbox Series S. Now, this week, we saw some salt. We saw a lot of salt this week. Now, you might be saying, what salt did we see this week? Well, we saw a lot of salt when it came to the Xbox ROG Ally. A lot of persons were saying all sorts of erroneous things about the Xbox ROG Ally and ROG Ally X. And there were some persons who were saying that this console was dead on arrival. You all remember that? Yeah, there were guys saying that this was dead on arrival. Well, it just so happened that the Xbox ROG Ally sold out. I thought it was dead on arrival. I thought it was dead on arrival. It sold out. Could somebody tell me this is a sickness by the PlayStation community?
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
Do not want your sickness here, guys. Hit the like button. So at the end of the day, what is this article saying? Now, their ponies saying that here what? They only had 10 consoles. That is why it sold out. Listen to me. I am going to laugh at you like Charlie Murphy. These guys are salty. These guys are salty. So at the end of the day, this is what the article is saying, right? The article is saying the ROG Xbox Ally X pre-orders in stock at Best Buy, sold out everywhere else. And this is of September the 27th. By now, all these consoles would have gone already, right? Hear what it says. It says that the Xbox branded Asus ROG Ally releases October 16 with two different editions priced at $600 and $1,000. The Xbox ROG Ally X is still available to pre-order at Best Buy as of September 27th at 5:30 p.m. ET. Best Buy is the only retailer taking pre-orders at the moment. The Microsoft Store sold out within hours. When pre-orders opened September 25th, Asus restocked the $1,000 gaming handheld on Friday and promptly ran out of units for the second time. If you want an Xbox, if you want the ROG Xbox Ally X at launch, it will be wise to pre-order before Best Buy is out of stock too. The high-end window handheld launches October 16th alongside the PlayStation, alongside the $600 ROG Xbox Ally. The more budget-friendly Xbox Ally is available to buy at Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, and Asus. So we are seeing here, let me say shout out to my dude P-Lump. P-Lump, what up, man? This is a rising star in the gaming community. P-Lump, what up, what up? How you doing, man? I have to come and visit that show a day, man. Let me know. Maybe when I'm free, me and your line up. But shout out to P-Lump. P-Lump is saying, stop everything and play that song. Say no more. P-Lump, say no more. Yeah. ROG Ally X. ROG Ally. ROG Ally. Look at how the Xbox team is rolling here today, man. Come on. I go on and on. Woo! Somebody has to have superpowers. Shout out to you, P-Lump, for getting this train rolling, for getting the party started. So yes, the Xbox ROG Ally sold out. These ponies didn't know what they were talking about. These analysts who didn't know what they were talking about. And you know what's the funny thing? It's the $1,000 console that is selling out the fastest. The $1,000 console is selling. You could still buy the Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, but the Ally X is all gone. So, I mean, this console we know is very much comparable with all the rest of PC handhelds around its same, well, under that same umbrella. We know it's not something that what Microsoft is doing is not something that is exclusive to Xbox or Microsoft. This console is priced very similar to other consoles with its same chipset and memory. So these guys are capping. No, this is happening to the point where, did you guys know that scalpers are buying up the consoles as well and trying to sell it? Hear what it says. It says scalpers are already selling the promise of the Asus ROG Ally Xbox Ally X for over $2,000. These people have to be smoking something.
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people.
For $2,000, let me just say shout out to Adidas 20. Adidas has been a major part in the community for years, supporting the Xbox channel. Really, really, really good dude. Adidas, man, shout out to you. Shout out to your farm and thank you for that $2 super chat. Right? So we are seeing here, guys, that scalpers are selling the Xbox, or the promise that they will deliver the Xbox ROG Ally to you for $2,000. I mean that's crazy when it's still available for pre-order at half the price. The Xbox ROG Ally X is pricey enough as it is without paying a scalper double. If you have your eye on the upcoming Asus ROG Ally X handheld gaming PC, be careful where you buy it from. As reported by Tom's Hardware, scalpers are already trying to rip people off with eBay listings charging over two times the MSRP. While the ROG Ally Xbox Ally X is still available for pre-order at the normal price. So these guys are scalping the console, and this is not a good sign because there would be gamers who really want these consoles. But we know because of the bots and so forth, these guys would have this console ready in no time. And that's sad. But hopefully Microsoft and Asus could put out as many consoles as they can out there to kind of flood the market so that everyone could get this console who wants it. Let me say shout out to Jelani. Jelani, what up, man? Shout out to Jelani, Adidas, Professor Strong, everyone in the chat, P-Lump, Force One, King Shadow. Shout out to King Shadow, Ultra Dark Slayer. I mean, shout out to all you guys. Space Shot, Sosuke Eisen, everyone in the chat now. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Right? So, although everyone was saying that the Xbox ROG Ally would be dead on arrival, we are seeing here that, guess what? the Xbox ROG Ally is doing well, right? Despite all the negative news surrounding this particular console. Now, there was one YouTuber who asked the question, why so much hate for the Xbox ROG Ally? And that is Doug Dark. He had a wonderful summary as to why he believes that there is so much hate for the Xbox ROG Ally X. Now let's listen to Dark here and let's see what he is saying is the reason why persons have this hate for this console. Listen.
Fast forward to this device, the Xbox ROG Ally X. Everybody is saying, well, not everybody, right? A lot of and again, I don't know why they're fighting it. A lot of people are saying it is not an Xbox.
Yeah, they want to fight it. These ponies want to fight that the Xbox ROG Ally is an Xbox, right? But he's going to make a wonderful argument here. And this is an argument that the ponies can't back away from. Listen.
Okay. If it is not an Xbox, then again, shout out to Gaming Profit. You cannot blame the price of the device on Microsoft or Xbox.
Boom. Boom, guys. Could somebody hit an explosion? One point in time, you guys are saying that the Xbox ROG Ally is not an Xbox, but yet you want to blame Microsoft for putting a $1,000 price tag on it. You see, you can't have it both ways, ponies. You cannot blame Xbox for having this price so high, but at one point, at the other side of your mouth, you're saying it's not an Xbox. Make up your mind, you silly ponies. Make it make sense. It has to make sense.
That's I don't know how much more logical we can be.
Come on.
At this point, you would have to jump through hoops.
Come on.
If you say that the Xbox ROG Ally X,
come on,
and the Xbox ROG Ally is not an Xbox,
okay,
then you cannot blame the price on Microsoft and you cannot blame the price on Xbox because there's.
Is that clear, ponies? The ponies that are listening, the ponies who would listen to this after, right? Is it clear in your mind what he's saying? Does that make sense? Come on, man. Make it make sense, right? Now, Lone Wolf, most likely, hear what Lone Wolf is saying. This console war stuff is so boring now because fanboys just use the same argument over and over. Well, just now, Lone Wolf, you would see how even an executive is console warring. Hold on, don't leave yet, Lone Wolf. You would see how a executive is keeping the console war alive, and now ponies are using his statement to console war. Hold on, we'll get to it.
Many computers out there that have Microsoft Windows on them, right? That are Windows PC, that the price is not controlled by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right? HP makes laptops, Asus themselves makes desktop, right? MSI.
But it's very clear that there is an Xbox tax. Persons love to blame Xbox when things go wrong, when their house is flooded. I mean, when it is the prices of their eggs go up, they blame Microsoft. That is clear. There has, since these PC handhelds came out, I have never seen no article or no PlayStation fan or anyone say anything about the price is too high for these PC consoles. But as soon as Xbox does it, guess what? It's news everywhere. So can't you see the bias? And we are wrong not to call out that bias? No, I am here to call out the bias of the media, call out the bias of the fanboys, and not adhere to the narratives that they are pushing. No one ever commented on how the PC handhelds before the Xbox Ally the prices were high, but now they are very much quick to say something about the Xbox ROG Ally. Isn't that strange to you, ponies?
Right? Alienware, right? Lenovo, right? So all these different PC makers that make devices that run Windows, that don't have the Xbox logo on it, they put a price on their machine.
Yeah.
Who are you? Are you blaming that price of that machine on Microsoft as well?
No. Very good points again. But continue. You're
probably not, right? Because why? That machine is not an Xbox.
Let me just say shout out to President Jim Ryan. What up, President Jim Ryan? Dolomite. Shout out to you. The Doc of Death. What up? The Doc of Death. Shout out to you. And the mechanic. No, the maniac. What up? What up, man?
But the reason you feel comfortable blaming the price of the Asus Xbox ROG Ally on Xboxes and Microsoft is because deep down, you know it's an Xbox. It's not an Xbox console. We've established that. Like learn how to listen. We've established that it's not a console.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to play my console games.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's not an Xbox.
Now, in addition, we understand that the Xbox ROG Ally won't play all your current console games, right? Because it's not a fully fledged console. However, I don't hear anyone making the argument that the PlayStation 5 cannot play all of the PlayStation 3 games. Could it do that? No, it can't. But they love to point this argument out. But continue.
I really don't understand where this is coming from. So then, if you are going to blame the price of this machine on Xbox and Microsoft, then you have to admit that this device is an Xbox.
Yeah. You can't have it both ways, ponies. You have to choose one.
I don't know. I don't know where else you want to go with this.
Yeah.
The device before the Ally X, the device that the Ally X is replacing, that the ROG Ally X is replacing.
Yeah.
Right? The one that doesn't have an Xbox branding on it. The one that is just Asus, the Asus ROG Ally X.
Yeah.
Is $899.
So that's his old hardware. These ponies said absolutely nothing when Asus brought out the original ROG Ally X. They said nothing. This was not even a topic. To show how much the hate for Xbox is real, this was not even a topic when Asus dropped the first ROG Ally. But now that Xbox has a partnership with Asus, it's crazy. It's stupid. You know? They are changing gaming. All of a sudden.
$899. This device, which is an Xbox device, that is an upgrade from that other device, and it's competing with everything that's on the market right now, right? Is $100 more.
Yeah.
Now, if you think this is a scam, this is where I'm gonna show you how much of a bias you have towards Xbox.
They have a bias. Guys, there's 51 persons watching. Don't forget to support me. Hit that like button. It gets the stream out to more people. So hit the like button for me. Let's see if we can get the stream up to 50 likes.
Do you know how much the Lenovo Legion Go S, a Z1 Extreme version, what the Z1 Extreme version is? You know how much it is?
How much is this, Doc?
If I'm not mistaken, look it up. It's around $700 to $900.
So we have another console with the same chipset, or maybe less specs chipset, that is very much comparable with the pricing of the Xbox ROG Ally. Where is the uproar on that?
Still the same price range. Do you know how much Lenovo Legion Go 2,
Tell
the
us.
big model, is?
Tell us.
Same thing, same price. Do you know how much the MSI Claw
Come on. Woo!
IA
That's
is?
expensive.
Around the same price. These machines, all these handheld PC machines,
Yeah.
okay, except for the Steam Deck,
Right.
are pretty high up there in price.
Yeah. But where is the outrage? I have not yet seen any one of these ponies or articles talking or saying any kind of outrage for these consoles being so high.
There's another one that just dropped, the GDP Win 5. That one is $2,000.
Woo! Woo!
All I want to know is, why is nobody mad about any of these other stuff?
Yep.
And this is how I know
Yeah. Yeah.
that people that hate against Xbox are, I don't even know the word, hurt, frauds,
Yeah.
whatever. Because I guarantee you, if I turned around and I bought a GDP Win 5 for $2,000,
They wouldn't say
I
nothing.
guarantee you that video would not explode. That tweet would not explode like my tweet of me buying the Xbox ROG Ally X
Yeah. Yeah.
for $1,000 cheaper. Do you want to know why? Because the GDP
Professor Strong is saying the one X player can go up to $1,600.
Win 5
You see?
doesn't have an Xbox logo. And that's what hurts your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's weird. You need therapy.
A lot of these guys need therapy. A lot of these guys aren't mentally sound, Doc. A lot of these guys, when it is you look at the PlayStation community, a lot of them are sick. They are sick in their mind and in their thoughts.
This is a sickness.
It is a sickness. And this is what I would have been preaching about for years. These ponies are sick in the mind.
No, you do. You do. You need therapy. You need hymns. You need something. Hey, yo, shout out to him. Hey, dog, my sponsorship. I'm going to keep saying every bit of somebody bound to give me sponsorship.
I sponsor this.
Why would they not? Why would they not?
Sponsor this dude, bro. I'm not subscribed to Doc. Sponsor.
I probably won't be good at it, though. I'm not going to lie.
Sponsor
Anyways.
Doc, man. Come on, man.
I don't know. Just want to talk to you guys this morning before I take my pre-work.
So, I mean, Doc here basically sum it up. There's a lot of bias against Microsoft. There's a lot of hate against Microsoft simply because this console has a Microsoft logo. I couldn't say it better. Let me say shout out to Centurion for God. Shout out to Karen Raisin Potatoes. Hey, what up, Karen? How are your potato salads going with those raisins? Can't wait to eat some potato salads with some raisins. What up, Karen? Shout out to you and your family, man. So, I mean, this is what we are saying. There's a bias against Microsoft. Everyone is having fake outrage of the price of the Xbox ROG Ally X. And let's be honest, there has been a lot of consoles that do the same thing as the ROG Ally that is priced the same. And there was no outrage about it. Again, we are seeing the Xbox tax in full swing. Now we have come to cooking Mike YBARRA. We are going to cook him, but we are not going to charge for it.
Thank you.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
No, I'm not charging for it.
You're
It's gonna
making
be
us
free.
pay for grapes,
No, listen to what I'm saying.
apples,
No, listen.
things that God gave us for free.
You're getting it for free. You're gonna get this for free.
You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my Father's house
At all.
at all.
No, you're not paying for it. It's going to be free. So Mike YBARRA had a lot to say about Xbox this year. Right? But one would ask, who is Mike YBARRA? Why does he have this vendetta against Xbox? Why is he so angry with Xbox? Well, this is just as one Twitter person said, he is a disgruntled X. He is an unhappy X. You see, at one point in time, Mike YBARRA used to work for Microsoft. He was the president of Blizzard, and things was going well. And a matter of fact, I would have done the research and I would have put together a wonderful video here for you guys of how optimistic Mike YBARRA was when Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard. He had a twinkle in his eyes. He was very hopeful of things going well right at the point when Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard. Let's look at how Mike YBARRA was, his eyes was twinkling at Microsoft. He was so happy to work with Phil when they bought it. Look at that.
What's up, everyone? This is Matt Kim with IGN, and I'm here with Blizzard President Mike YBARRA.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for being here. Well, first of all, congratulations on the big...
Look at that smile, guys. Look how Mike YBARRA is smiling here. I mean, he is so happy to be part of the Xbox team. It's not even funny. Look at this guy's smile here.
News that Activision Blizzard has been acquired by Xbox officially.
Yeah.
How are y'all feeling about that?
No, we're really excited. I'm lucky enough to have spent some time at Xbox. I know a lot.
He said they are really happy. This is the second time for him working for Microsoft. He spent a lot of time with Xbox. Listen.
The people there, I know the culture they establish and the vision they have for Blizzard's future is very much aligned with us. So everyone at the team is super excited.
Everyone, look at the team here, guys. This is Mike YBARRA, so happy and optimistic about what the future would hold for him working under Phil Spencer. Little did he know that Phil knew your sins, Mike YBARRA. You didn't see Phil playing this trumpet to you. This is Phil Spencer at the time blowing the trumpet. The reason why is because he knew your sins, Mike YBARRA. Phil knew your sins. Look how happy he was here, right? So while Phil Spencer, he was happy to work, listen to what it is happen so you can see the optimism. But why would Phil Spencer do anything to Mike YBARRA, you may ask, yeah? Why you think he will do? Dola might say Phil is the final boss. The final boss, Spencer. Listen to me.
Vision. But what about your vision? What does the future for Blizzard look like under Xbox? How do you envision it?
When I think about Blizzard's history, it's so humbling and we all feel so honored.
He's saying that Blizzard history is so humbling. Listen to him.
To be part of Blizzard today. As I look forward, I think the same ambition, the same genre-defining ambitions that the creatives have is something we're really focused on. And to me, it all starts with...
Look at this. He is saying that he could see the culture, right? But we'll talk more about the culture. But listen to what he's saying here. Employees' dissatisfaction. So the reason why Phil Spencer got him out of there is because employees was not satisfied with him. He was unpopular. According to journalist Jason Schreier reporting, YBARRA was unpopular with Blizzard employees after his 2021 appointment as president. This is what this guy do. He angered many employees by mandating a return to office, ending years of remote working policies. So don't feel that Phil Spencer just got him out for no reason. And we'll talk about the culture impact shortly, guys. We'll talk about this culture impact. But Mike YBARRA was looking
culture. And so at Blizzard, we're focused on our culture, enabling the creative freedom for the teams to come up with the ideas,
talking about
the
culture,
autonomy of the designers, the artists, everybody that's working on the games. It's an exciting time. We have some big things planned.
We're really...
Yeah, some big things was planned for you, Mike YBARRA.
See those plans. Now, walk us through what sort of... I don't know how early days this is in terms of conversation-wise, but Activision, Blizzard, how are they going to exist under the Xbox banner? Are they going to continue being sort of Activision Blizzard?
Remember, guys, this is Mike YBARRA before he was laid off by Microsoft. Listen.
There will be Activision and...
Yes!
That is what Phil Spencer said. Phil Spencer told the snake, you're fired. Because that is what Mike YBARRA is. He's a snake. And he is a jealous ex.
Screw you! You're fired!
That is what
it's only
Phil
been
said.
2
So listen to him again.
weeks, so a lot of that's not defined. Honestly, right now we just launched Warcraft Rumble. We had some big announcements here at BlizzCon, so the team's been head down, focused on making sure that lands with the players. We're communicate clearly and launching games. We'll get to a lot of that, I think, in the next coming months.
Very cool. Now you mentioned about culture,
We are
and
going
I
to
think that's one of
expose
the
you.
big things that people associate with
So Mike YBARRA just talked about culture. He just spoke about culture, correct? Listen.
Blizzard. They talk about the Blizzard way when it comes to game development. I think it's fair to say that in recent years there has been some questions about where the Blizzard way may have gone.
Where the Blizzard way has gone. Yes, there is evidence of players and employees' dissatisfaction with Mike YBARRA, particularly regarding his actions and statements while at Blizzard. Players were angered by his public advertising of selling in-game power, boasting and suggesting game developers should be tipped for their work. So when Mike YBARRA is saying all of this foolishness on Twitter about Microsoft and their leadership, Mike YBARRA, we could see your sins. It's here. This is why persons were angry at you at Blizzard. This is why they ousted you. You didn't get ousted because you were doing a stellar job. Players were angry at you, Mike YBARRA, and employees. So you should be the last persons to say or criticize anything about Microsoft and about what the leadership there is doing, because you did worse. That is clear, and we could see the evidence here, guys. Hear what he said. Blizzard boss has defended Diablo Immortal's microtransactions, right? So the studio has claimed the vast majority of players aren't spending any money. So he is saying that that he was the one who was going hard for microtransactions. So how could Mike YBARRA have the freeness of speech to say anything about Microsoft charging too much money? He was the one charging nickel and diming his players. Look, it's here. It's here for all to see, guys. It's here. It's right here. Right? So make it make sense, Mike. Make it make sense. Right?
That maybe it disappeared a little bit. Can you talk us a little bit more about that and what it might look like under Xbox?
Yeah, I would say we're very proud of the last few years and the games we've released. When I think of Overwatch, when I think of Immortal, Diablo 4, I think those games
Nickel
have
and
been really
Diamond
big moments for us. Dragonflight. So to me, the Blizzard way is very strong still, and it's only going to be stronger as we get, I think, increased autonomy and the ability for us to give teams the freedom to create these incredible visions they have.
So player anger, prompting boasting. YBARRA, as Blizzard's co-leader, faced backlash from players for openly advertising on Twitter that he is selling power level or boosting for the game of World of Warcraft, right? So, I mean, Mike, you have been criticized by players all around the world for promoting a number of
you mentioned
practices.
autonomy, and so I take it to mean that Blizzard is free to continue pursuing its passions under Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Phil in the keynote. Like, he's all about enabling the creativity and genre defining.
Don't forget that Mike recently made a statement that the reason for the price increases on Xbox is because all Microsoft is looking for is profits. Don't forget that, right? We'll see how he's a hypocrite when it comes to that. Listen.
defining sort of teams that we have at Blizzard, and the team loves hearing that. We love his support in that, and we have a lot of big plans that we're excited about.
Former Blizzard president throws.
So that was Mike YBARRA right before he got laid off. He was happy about Xbox, but guess what? Since Mike YBARRA got laid off from Microsoft, he has consistently been, bad-mouthing and throwing shade at Microsoft. Listen to all the times he did it. Listen.
Shade at Microsoft over continued Xbox price increases. Former Blizzard president Mike YBARRA has recently thrown shade at Microsoft's Xbox price hikes.
Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to show your boys some support. Throw something in the chat. Let's see if we can get the likes up to 50 likes. Thank you.
Claiming that they are motivated by profit issues, not tariffs. 2025 has marked a difficult time for the gaming industry, as essentially all console manufacturers raised prices after the United States imposed tariffs on the rest of the world.
So Mike YBARRA, he is on his high horse. He is saying that here what? These price increases is not because of no tariffs, it's because of profits.
And Xbox was no exception. Microsoft has recently raised the price of Xbox consoles for the second time in 2025. Back in May, the company hiked the price of the Xbox Series X/S, also affecting some limited edition controllers and other gaming devices.
Listen.
In the latest announcement, Microsoft revealed that the price of the Xbox Series S 512 gigabytes will go from $380 to $400, with a 1 terabyte model going from $430
Hey, shout out to Avgata 2000, man. Bitter ex-girlfriend.
to $450. The Xbox Series X Digital will increase from $550 to $600, and the standard edition will become available for $650 instead of the usual $600. The latest price increases will take effect on October 3rd in the United States. Former Blizzard president Mike YBARRA blames recent Xbox's price increase on profits. Mike YBARRA has recently addressed these changes, saying that
So he is saying that all Microsoft looking for is profits.
while the first price hikes were indeed necessary due to the tariffs imposed on other countries by U.S. President Donald Trump, the reason the prices keep going up is due to profit issues. According to YBARRA, profits are not where they should be at Xbox, and he clarified when responding to a user that the tariffs are an excuse to make the consumers pay for those problems.
So okay, Mike YBARRA, then what was the reason for you suggesting that players should tip developers? Guys, are you hearing me? Mike YBARRA, who is pretending to be on his high horse on Twitter, is saying that players should tip developers. Let me say shout out to Pilump again. Pilump, thank you for that $2 super chat. Pilump is saying, hit that like button. JB doing the Lord's work. Thanks. Thanks, man. Thanks. So, Mike YBARRA is in one mouth saying that Microsoft is only running after profits. So what was the reason for you suggesting, Mike YBARRA, that players who after buying the game for $70 tip the developers? Is this a striptease? Is this the stripping house? You should be tipping developers? What's going on? Former Blizzard boss suggests players should be able to tip devs after finishing up. What? Is this man saying? It's not me saying this, guys. This is recorded in history. Listen to what Mike is saying. Mike is saying, I've often thought, I wish I could give these folks another $10 or $20 because it was worth more than the initial $70. Are you hearing this, man? This is the same man on Twitter claiming to be executive of morals. I don't look for profits. But when he was at Activision Blizzard, this is what he wanted to implement. This is crazy. You tipping a dev after you bought a game. Madness. Right? And they didn't try to nickel and dime me every second. YBARRA is quick to point out in the same post that most will dislike the idea. Of course they will dislike the idea. Look at what Hollow Knight is doing right now. Hollow Knight Silksong was $20. And the type of value that game is giving players is unreal for $20. Right? You are suggesting, so Mike YBARRA is responsible for suggesting that games should not be just $70. It should have been $90. This is what Mike YBARRA was promoting back then. Crazy. Crazy work. And now it's saying, so I would have asked myself this question. Did Mike YBARRA criticize Sony when they raised their consoles multiple times in the year? We know he criticized Xbox, but did he criticize Sony? So I asked my AI companion here to search the interwebs to see if Mike YBARRA criticized any PlayStation executive or any PlayStation, notice what it says. It says, no, Mike YBARRA did not criticize Sony for raising PlayStation console prices. His recent statement focused on Microsoft Xbox prices. This is how we know he's a bitter X. When Sony is raising prices, he is mute. He says nothing about game prices going up, about tariffs and profits. But when Microsoft does it, he is quick. Look, AI is saying that Mike YBARRA do not criticize Sony when they raise their prices. His recent statement focused on Microsoft Xbox prices hikes, arguing they were for profits rather than tariffs. While YBARRA is a former Blizzard president, his criticism was directed at Xbox pricing strategies, not Sony's. Why not criticize Sony? Is Sony not doing the same thing as Microsoft, raising the console prices? But we are seeing here the Xbox tax in full swing, the bias against Xbox, the anger against Xbox, the bitter X syndrome against Microsoft. That is just the facts. This is the evidence here, guys. What else evidence do you need? So we can't take Mike YBARRA serious. He's not talking from an unbiased standpoint. He right now is angry at Microsoft. He's angry at Xbox. So he's always going to say things that disparage Xbox and Microsoft. That is clear. Look at this. Everything is about Microsoft.
With profitability. That's not the first time Ibarra threw shade at Xbox this year. In August, for example, Ibarra criticized Call of Duty, claiming that Battlefield 6 would boot stomp the franchise this year.
Because Microsoft now owns Call of Duty, he also is criticizing Call of Duty. This is Mike YBARRA, an executive who is console warring. You see why it is the console war can't die? Who was the guy who would have said something in the chat earlier about console warring? The console war cannot die because executives, persons who have a say in the industry, is promoting it. Look at it. He is taking shots at Call of Duty because it's owned by Microsoft.
At the time, Ibarra also said that at least Call of Duty won't be lazy anymore, and the public will get better first-person shooters because of the increased competition in the genre. Back in April.
Let me just say shout out to Tech S. What up, man?
Ibarra also threw shade at Oblivion Remastered soon after the title was shadow dropped. While the executive did not directly name Oblivion Remastered at the time, he claimed to be skeptical of 20-year-old remasters, saying that what was once seen as fantastic simply does not hold up against mechanic. I mean, he didn't say anything. Not one thing. Modern masterpieces such as Elden Ring.
So Mike YBARRA recently would have said this. He said, but hey, the console market isn't a successful business. He was basically retweeting what IGN would have pointed out. Sony is calling the PlayStation 5 generation of console its most successful to date after reaching a milestone of $136 billion so far, just under 5 years into its lifespan. Right? So that is what Mike YBARRA is commenting. And then afterwards, someone said, a bitter X. And this is why the console war can't die. This is an executive. He's now the executive of Price Picks, Mike YBARRA. He's saying, your console is dead. Mike YBARRA, the console is dead. If Xbox is dead, why didn't you tell Sony that? Why didn't you tell Sony that the console is dead, Mike YBARRA?
One and done.
Get up. If Xbox console is dead, why is this report saying it was Sony's decision to put Helldivers 2 on Xbox? It's a dead platform. Get up, Mike. Stand up like a man and take it. Because you have been talking a lot of foolishness in the past few months. If it is Xbox is dead, then why are we seeing Sony going above what they can do to bring their games to Xbox? Published by Sony. How did Helldivers 2 end up on Xbox? It was all Sony's decision, Dev says. The PlayStation game is dropping on Xbox Series X, but it's dead. YBARRA, are you hearing me? Sony is saying that you don't know what you're talking about. That is why they had to get you out of the gaming industry. That is why. You don't know what you're talking about. Because Sony is making money hands over fist by putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox. So when it is we see these tweets, guys, when it is we hear all these narratives, it's very clear it's bias. These guys are biased. These guys are not speaking like if they are speaking from an executive level. They are angry, they are bitter because he got laid off from Microsoft. We even saw tweets this week where Mike YBARRA is upset that Forza Horizon is a timed exclusive for Xbox. Yeah, Mike YBARRA is upset that Microsoft is not bringing Forza Horizon 6 day and date on PlayStation. No, Mike YBARRA, you are not getting this game day and date on the PlayStation. Right? Simply because you're just not getting it. If you want to play Forza Horizon 6 day one, you will need an Xbox or anything that has Game Pass or that storefront on it. So, I mean, guys, today I showed you evidence. I showed you facts of the bias behind Microsoft. I showed you evidence and facts that Mike YBARRA cannot be taken seriously. The reason being is because he's angry, he's bitter that Microsoft laid him off. We saw the video, he was optimistic when they acquired Activision Blizzard. We saw the video, how he has the glimmer in his eyes. But guess what? They had to get him out of there because of his bad business practices, right? So at the end of the day, let me just say that Mike YBARRA, you have just been cooked. You have been cooked and exposed for your lies, right? So guys, let me know how you guys thought about the stream tonight. Don't forget on your way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me just say thanks to all the guys who kept the chat alive. Thanks to all the guys who super chatted tonight. You guys keep the lights on. Let me just shout out some of you guys before we wrap it up tonight. Sosuke Aizen, very good points. Avgator, LOLJ is cooking with grease. Oh, come on, man. That's the only way to cook it, with that beautiful grease, right? Tekis, what up again, man, for showing in. Late the mechanic, Professor, P Strong really supported tonight. Dolomite, what again? The Brodo Dos, what up, the Brodo? Who again I missed? Did I say Dolomite? Karen Raisins Potato Salad, man. Centurion God, shout out to you and the fam. I miss Kiro King. What is that? Cypher. What up? Ultra Dark Slayer. All you guys in the chat, thank you. Let me just say that, please, if you see Crap Gamer, if you see Tim Dog trying to work their way back to Xbox, tell them we don't need them. We don't need them, man. Don't need you, Tim Dog. Stay where you at. You are heavy. You have a heaviness on you. Look at this. Stay on the ground, Tim Dog. We don't need you. It's crazy. Where's Crab Gamer? I haven't seen Crab Gamer. You know where he is? Crab Gamer is in the shadow realm. He's in the pony realm. Crab Gamer, get out of there. All that have is horses. Why are you in the middle of a field surrounded by horses, Crab Gamer? Run! Crap, get out. That ain't real. Get out of there, man. Listen to me, guys. Thank you, guys. Shout out again, Peel Up. Tell them to get the hell out of here, man. Yo, guys, take it easy. Don't forget to put God first and mankind after. You guys be safe for there's a new week coming. Be safe. Guys, take care of your health. And you guys take care of your family, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Later, man. Later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.